It was supposed to be the world's friendliest coffee brand, a place where everyone belonged. But behind Starbucks' warm smiles and green logo lay a story of hypocrisy, silence, and betrayal. In 2018, one shocking incident exposed the truth. Two innocent men arrested for simply waiting in a store. What followed was chaos, global outrage, secret settlements, and a desperate corporate cover-up to save billions in reputation. This wasn't just about coffee, it was about power, image, and the dark price of pretending to care. Today, we uncover the hidden truth Starbucks never wanted the world to see, and the scandal that changed the brand forever. Because in this story, even the coffee isn't as black as the secrets brewing behind it. To bring the rich aroma of Italian coffee culture to America. In the 1970s, three friends opened a tiny store in Seattle called Starbucks. No flashy ads, no billion-dollar plans, just passion for coffee. But one man, Howard Schultz, would soon turn that humble shop into a global obsession. He envisioned coffee not as a drink, but as an experience. Warm lights, soft music, a sense of belonging. It wasn't just about caffeine, it was about connection. By the 2000s, Starbucks wasn't just selling coffee, it was selling identity. Every green logo meant comfort, luxury, and community. But while the world was sipping in peace, cracks were forming behind the scenes. Whispers of mistreatment, cultural bias, and corporate arrogance were brewing. And soon, that perfect image would shatter. Next, the perfect illusion of inclusivity. Starbucks built its empire on one powerful idea, that anyone from any background could walk in, sit down, and feel at home. They called it the third place, a sanctuary between work and home. It sounded perfect. Warm smiles, open spaces, free Wi-Fi, and a promise of equality. The brand became a global symbol of progressiveness and diversity. But beneath that welcoming glow, something far less comforting was happening. Employees whispered about double standards. Complaints of racial bias and subtle discrimination surfaced, only to be buried under corporate charm and silence. While ads showed smiling faces of all colors, some stores were quietly making people feel unwelcome. The illusion of inclusivity was beginning to fade, and Starbucks didn't see the storm coming. Next, the day everything changed, Philadelphia, 2018. It was an ordinary afternoon in April 2018. Two black men walked into a Philadelphia Starbucks for a business meeting. They ordered nothing, waiting politely for their friend to arrive. Minutes later, a manager called the police. Within moments, they were handcuffed and escorted out. Not for stealing, not for violence, but simply for waiting. A customer recorded everything. The video exploded online, spreading outrage across the world. How could a company built on belonging allow this? Protests erupted, hashtags trended, and the Starbucks logo, once a symbol of unity, became a target of fury. The brand that sold kindness was now accused of racism. And as the video went viral, Starbucks' carefully crafted image began to unravel. But the world had only seen the surface. The real chaos was happening behind closed doors. Next, the video that broke the internet. The footage spread like wildfire. Millions of views in hours, celebrities speaking out, and hashtags demanding justice. Starbucks found itself at the center of a global outrage it could no longer control. The internet had chosen its target, and every second online was another blow to its image. News anchors replayed the arrest on loop, while protests formed outside stores across America. Boycotts began trending, with people tossing away their favorite cups in anger. For the first time, Starbucks' signature green logo represented something toxic: privilege, exclusion, and hypocrisy. The company's PR team rushed to respond, but every statement sounded hollow. Silence was no longer an option, yet every word risked making things worse. Inside headquarters, panic replaced calm, and the smiling brand began to sweat. What happened next would reveal how deep the crisis truly went. Next, inside the corporate panic room. As protests filled the streets and social media turned into a firestorm, Starbucks top executives locked themselves in emergency meetings. The brand's billion-dollar image was collapsing in real time. Leaked emails revealed a company desperate to contain the damage. Lawyers, PR strategists, and crisis managers scrambling for the right words to calm the storm. Some wanted an apology, others feared admitting guilt could cost millions. Meanwhile, employees across the country faced angry customers and silent shame behind the counters. Insiders whispered that this wasn't the first warning sign, that bias complaints had been quietly dismissed before. Now there was no hiding. The illusion of control was gone, replaced by fear and confusion. The company's next move would decide its fate, redemption or ruin. Next, the apology that divided the world. Days after the video went viral, Starbucks CEO stepped before cameras, voice heavy, eyes solemn. He apologized, not just to the men arrested, but to an entire community that felt betrayed. The words were powerful, rehearsed, and everywhere. Some praised the gesture as brave and sincere. Others saw it as corporate theater, damage control disguised as compassion. On social media, reactions split sharply. Forgiveness on one side, fury on the other. Behind the scenes, insiders revealed how every word of that apology had been tested, filtered, and approved by lawyers. Even the CEO's emotional pauses were strategic. The company promised change, but critics weren't convinced. The apology soothed headlines, yet the wound ran deeper than PR could heal. And as Starbucks tried to rewrite the narrative, the true cost of its image makeover was about to unfold. Next, the cost of a clean image. In a dramatic move, Starbucks shut down more than 8,000 stores across America for a single day of racial bias training. It was a bold headline, a company sacrificing millions in revenue to educate its staff. Cameras rolled, news anchors applauded, and executives promised a new era of awareness. But behind the polished photos and hashtags, many employees described the sessions as rushed, shallow, and scripted. Some said it felt like a show, not a solution. The goal wasn't to heal, it was to recover trust. Starbucks had turned its crisis into a spectacle of redemption, but not everyone was convinced. As the stores reopened, questions lingered. Had anything really changed, or had the brand simply bought itself time? Because while the public saw progress, insiders knew the story wasn't over. Next, the forgotten victims and hidden settlements. While the world celebrated Starbucks' progress, the real victims quietly disappeared from the spotlight. The two men at the center of the scandal reached a quick settlement, sealed, private, and bound by non-disclosure agreements. Their voices, once powerful symbols of injustice, were suddenly silent. Behind the scenes, other employees and customers who spoke up about similar experiences faced pressure, transfers, or quiet dismissals. Some received payouts to stay quiet, others were ignored entirely. Starbucks was determined to control the story, even if that meant burying parts of it. For every public apology, there were whispered deals and redacted truths. The brand that claimed transparency was now hiding behind closed doors once again. And while the headlines faded, the mistrust lingered, waiting to resurface in the years ahead. Years passed, but the shadow of Philadelphia never truly left Starbucks. Sales dipped, morale weakened, and the company's third-place promise felt hollow to many. Customers who once saw Starbucks as a symbol of comfort now viewed it with suspicion. Activists accused the company of performative allyship, saying the changes were surface deep, not soul deep. Even loyal fans began to ask uncomfortable questions. Had Starbucks truly learned or simply moved on? Inside the company, diversity initiatives expanded, yet stories of internal tension continued. The brand still stood tall, but its shine was different, dulled by a reputation it couldn't easily polish away. Starbucks had survived, but its innocence was gone. And just when it seemed the storm had finally passed, deeper questions began to rise. Not just about one incident, but about the dark reality behind brand morality itself. Next, the dark side of brand morality. The Starbucks scandal became more than a headline. It became a mirror for every global corporation preaching values it didn't live by. It exposed how morality can be marketed, packaged, and sold like coffee beans, clean on the surface, tainted underneath. The company rebuilt its image, rolled out campaigns of unity, and spoke of social justice. But critics argued that real change requires more than hashtags and polished press releases. It demands accountability, the one thing most brands fear. The 2018 incident forced the world to question whether companies care about equality or just the optics of it. And as new controversies emerge across industries, Starbucks remains a warning. No amount of foam can hide a bitter truth, because in the world of billion-dollar brands, the biggest scandal isn't what they admit, it's what they keep hidden. End of series.